people feel better off. He'll be able to claim, oh, I've done this, I've done that, whatever. What has he done?
I think you saw there the human impact that inflation and the cost of living crisis is already happening. Every month we seem to get new, terrible news about the economy, and that means people really struggling. And the worst thing about it is that it's the people on the lowest incomes, the poorest, who suffer the most. Those are the people who are most vulnerable to price shocks. And I do think that it will stick in those people's throats a bit for the Chancellor to claim that he wants to cut taxes when the tax burden is the highest it's been since the 70s. He just recently put up national insurance.
Yeah, but in response to that, I mean, he made the comment last night at that CBI dinner that he is the crisis chancellor. You know, he has lurched from having to provide furlough to going into a war situation to this cost of living crisis. And so he has to balance the books. He has to try and do everything he can. And I suppose what they'll need to do, the Conservatives, is keep something in their armoury, because if he cuts taxes now and does sort of, you know, an emergency budget without calling it that, what happens in November? What happens in February next year?
I tell you what happens, he'll be turfed out of the next election if he doesn't do it.
But people won't remember if he's made all the cuts now. He does need to keep something back, otherwise...
No, I think people will remember how badly they felt. Did this actually make a difference? Did he relieve my gas bill, my electricity bill, the petrol that I'm putting in my car? I mean, that's what I think. That's why I think he's politically naive. I mean, he may be fiscally astute.
Well, I mean, there's no magic money tree, is there?
I think the problem you also have in an inflationary situation is if the government pumps in more money, that just makes it worse. Part of the cause of this is all the amount of quantitative easing that was put in to get us through the pandemic. So he's in a real bind. And let's not forget that there are massive global factors causing this.
Look, it'll boil down. We can do all those excuses, but when boiled down, he had a choice to put up national insurance or not. And he chose to do it at exactly the wrong time, and it sent out exactly the wrong message.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more.
There we go. That's that sorted. Thanks very much.